Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. The news is that the Leeward Islands Hurricane won the toss and put the Jamaica Tallawahs into bat. And at this time, the Tallawahs are 117 for 8, with Cottrell on 4 and Bulai on 6. O'Shane Thomas is the bowler. He's in his 5th over. He has conceded 18 runs so far and have not taken a wicket. So he'll be bowling to Dennis Bulai, who's on 6 from 23 deliveries. As Thomas comes in over the wicket, bowl to Bulai, and Bulai defends that, take him on the body, he's down. It hit him on the family jewel, and Bulai is down. Bulai has been struck on the family jewel. He's down for the count. Oh my God, Bulai is down for the count. And that one was probably 140 kilometers per hour delivery. And it struck Bulai, flushed at the family jewel, and he's down for the count. He's grabbing onto it. But I want to tell Bulai that he will still be able to have children, so he should not worry. So Jamaica Tallawahs has been asked to bat first by the Leeward Islands Hurricane, captained by Alzarri Joseph, and are 117 for 8. So Bulai is just about getting up. The physio is just about coming onto the field. It was an inside edge into the family jewel, and he went down immediately. So he's in some trouble. So Bulai is in some trouble at this moment. So the Jamaica Tallawahs, they are 117 for 8. The top scorer so far in the Jamaica Tallawahs innings is Odin Simit, who made 26 from 30 deliveries, and Nkuma Bana, who made 26. Nkuma Bana, who made 24 from 29 deliveries. So Odin Simit, he made 26 from 30 deliveries, and Nkuma Bana making 24 from 29 deliveries. So that's the 11 that Jamaica Scorpion went into the match with. Mackenzie, Walton, Bonner, Blackwood, McCarthy, Powell, Allen, Bulai, and Cottrell. That's the 11. On the part of the Leeward Island Hurricanes, their 11 was Joseph, as I said, the captain, Cornwall, the vice-captain, Carty, Durham, Gore, Greaves, Hamilton, James, Powell, Thomas, that's Karen Powell, Thomas, Aiden Walsh Jr. So that's the Leeward Islands Hurricane 11. And at this stage, they have the Jamaica Tallawahs in serious trouble at 117. So Bulai is up. He's finally up and he's ready. 117 for 8. So Thomas comes into him now. He's up past the umpire, ball to Bulai, and Bulai ducks. And it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. He was not watching the ball there because he ducks before it passed through. Unfortunately, the umpire signaled wide. One of the challenges that I'm going to really have in this tournament are the umpires. With no DRS, we might be in very, very big trouble in this tournament. For we saw in the CPL where the umpires got so many decisions wrong. And if it wasn't for DRS, the game would have been brought into disrepute. So I'm very concerned, and I hope that the umpiring standard goes up in this tournament. So 118 for 8 after that wide was signaled. And this is a very strong Leeward Islands team as Bulai secors. Thomas passes the umpire and ball to Bulai. He turns this off the hip down to fine leg. That's Casey Carter on the fine leg boundary, sends the return in. The scores move up now to 123 for 8. So 123 for 8. So at the end of Thomas over, 123 for 8. Thomas have now conceded 24 runs from his 5 overs. Bulai is on 11. Cottrell is on 4. 123 for 8 at the end of the over. So this is a 49 overs match, and they have bowled 32 overs so far. Rain came and interrupted the match. So I'd scheduled some interviews for just about another 6 minutes. And so maybe it is going to interrupt the commentary, but there are some very interesting interviews. We'll be interviewing Mr. Delroy Bennett, who is the organizer for the Tampa Cricket Premier League. That's a cricket competition involving under 16 and under 19 boys from Jamaica, Canada, Bermuda, and the United States that will be taking place in Tampa, Florida between November 15th and 23. I will also be interviewing some owners of teams that are playing in the US Premier League. So that those interviews should come up during the innings break. But because of the rain, the innings is running behind schedule. So I may have to cut the live watch along to do those interviews. 128 for 3. Durham, the off spinner, the tall off spinner, who have gotten 5 wickets for 29 runs. He wrecked havoc in the Jamaica batting. He's in his final over now. He's about to bowl his final over. So let's watch this over from Durham as he comes in. Sorry, the slow left-arm orthodox spinner comes in round the wicket and Bulai just opened the face of the bat and guided into the offside, and there is no run. So it's 123. Wow, 123 for 9. So someone got out. So Durham have picked up his 6th wicket. So Bulai has gone. I don't know. My screen is just jumping from one score. Just now I saw 119 for 8, and now it's 123 for 9. But the score is 123 for 9. I don't know what's going on here. 123 for 9. So this is the Jamaica team. Mackenzie. So Garda, the final batsman, is coming to the crease. I beg you 1 minute, please. 1 minute. Just give me a minute. I'll soon be back. Jay, pass me some water in the freezer for me, please. Oh gosh. Yeah, what's up? Come again, go back and get up. Sorry. In the freezer, look in the freezer. Sorry about that. I came into the studio without my fluid. So I'm sorry about that. Very sorry about that. Let me just check on the score here. Let me go back to the score. And at this stage, 123 for 9. So Durham getting a wicket with the second delivery. 123 for 9. So yes, some interviews. I'm having a number of interviews coming up. Let me take your comment. Please smash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. So Jay, good day, Jay. How are you? And say Jay's asking, what can I watch the game on ESPN Caribbean? You may watch the game on ESPN Caribbean. Here comes the trouble. Here comes the dangerous analyst, Mr. Brown himself. How are you, sir? Good evening. Nice to see you here, Christopher Bristol. I really appreciate your company. Jay, yes, watch it. Jay, you may watch it on ESPN Caribbean. Jamaica has Durham looking like Jadeja. You can imagine he's spinning a web around the Jamaica team. Game broadcasting on ESPN. Yes, okay. Thanks, ESPN Plus though. So Durham has gotten his 7 wickets. So at this stage, the Jamaica Tallawahs, if Durham has gotten 7 wickets, I'm still seeing on my screen here 123 for 9. 123 for 9. But someone in the chat is telling me that the Tallawahs are bowled out because he has now gotten 7 for 29. So the Tallawahs are bowled out for 123, with the top scorer being Odin Smith making 26 and Kumabana making 24, Walton making 16, Powell making 13. That leg before decision of McCarthy, I didn't like it. And immediately when I saw the leg before decision of McCarthy, I said to myself, what is going to happen in this tournament? What really is going to happen? Because it is very disappointing that there's no DRS there to review these umpires. And it might just get very tricky. It might just get very tricky further into the tournament. Christopher, you got 2 you got a 2-day delay on your screen, Brown. Yes, what I'm doing is that probably it's one screen I'm using. So when I switch from this screen to the next screen, it tends to delay that screen. You know, so that's the issue. That's the issue there. I decided to try out something new and use one screen, but then it is seemed to be causing me to have a delay. So I can't change it right now. I cannot fix it right now. But the news is that the Jamaica Tallawahs been asked to bat by the Leeward Islands captain Alzarri Joseph were bowled out for 123, with Odin Smith making the top score of 26. I can't tell you what I'm drinking, boss. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what I'm drinking. But it will be good. It look like rum. I cannot tell you. I should be joined any moment now by Delroy Bennett, as I said, who is the organizer of the Tampa Cricket Premier League T20 Cricket Competition. Delroy Bennett is the organizer, and I'm expecting to be joined by him anytime now to tell us about the tournament. That tournament is expected to be televised live right here on the Cricket Forum. So I'm expecting that Delroy Bennett will come and speak to us any moment now. I'm just checking to see if I'm just checking here because I expect him to come on any minute now. He says that I'm trying to get to you. What does that mean here? So he should come on any minute now. Yes. So just give me a moment there. So this is a poor batting performance from Jamaica. West Indies have lots of legs arm spinner. These interviews are really good, Brown. Keep it going. Thank you, Christopher Bristol. I really appreciate that. Christopher Bristol saying something nice about me. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful that I'm hearing Christopher Bristol saying something good about me. Nice of you, very nice of you, Christopher Bristol. That was a good win from Guyana yesterday, Christopher Bristol. I saw where President Ali of Guyana is saying that they are going to invest in West Indies cricket, and I'm looking forward very much to this investment and see how it will materialize. So the Jamaica Tallawahs there just losing their way, being bowled out for 123. Was a close game though, Mr. Brown. Yes, it was a close game, and I really think that Kevin Sinclair, he just seems to always perform against the Leeward Islands volcano. Last year was the same thing in the regional 4-day, not last year, earlier this year, it was the same thing in the regional 4-day tournament where he batted for, I think, about 3 hours with the tail. He facing a vast majority of the deliveries as the Guyana RP either held down for a draw. And after that match, Shirley Clark was fired by the then president of the Leeward Island Cricket Board. And so they, at the end of the tournament, if Leeward Islands had beat Guyana in that match, Leeward Islands would have been champion of the regional 4-day cricket tournament this year. And so it's always Kevin Sinclair standing in their way. Last night, when Athanaze was looking very good, I'm telling you, Athanaze is in supreme form. It's a talent that we should cherish. He looks absolutely marvelous last night. And Kevin Sinclair came on and knocked him over for 75 from 55 deliveries. And that was the state of the game. Windwards, Islands, and Guyana always have close games. But they tend to have close games, but it appears that the Guyana RP Eagle are always winning. Sometimes I tend to say the Guyana Amazon Warriors. So I'm being joined by Delroy Bennett now. As I was telling you, he is one of the organizers for the Tampa Cricket Premier League, a youth T20 cricket tournament that will be taking place over over November 15 to 23, that's Thanksgiving weekends at Tampa in Florida. Mr. Delroy Bennett, good evening, sir, and welcome to the show. Are you here, Mr. Bennett? Good evening.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for inviting me to the show.
Yes, Mr. Bennett, you are the organizer of this T20 cricket tournament for schoolboys under 16 and under 19 that will be taking place in Tampa, Florida over Thanksgiving weekend. Tell us some more about the tournament, sir.
Okay, I'm one of the organizers. There's like 3 directors in the Tampa Bay area, covers Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Orlando. And I'm just one of the coordinators who is coordinating the tournament. We see the tournament as something to extend the development of our youngsters in Jamaica who, after Headley Cup and the T20, they have nothing more to do for the rest of the the cricket season. So we see this as a start for their cricket season, because normally the competition will start in January. So it's a preparation. And I think anytime a youngster that does sports get a chance to go into international area, it will improve their life totally,
So how do you think, sir, this competition will influence more youngsters playing cricket at the schoolboy level in Jamaica?
It will, because the interest most likely will improve for boys wanting to play cricket. Because I don't know if you know, cricket has been dying for a while, especially rural Jamaica, where there's just a participation in the cup, and that's where it stops. If you don't get on to the national under 16 or under 19 team, then that's it for you. But here's hope for a youngster to continue their development in the game of cricket. So I think there should be some interest now for a youngster who wants to play. After what we're trying to develop, like in track and field, after the champs at the stadium, then you move on to pen relays. So there will be something for these youngsters to look forward to. And if you note, US cricket is on the move, and US being our closest neighbor to Cuba, we see where we can get these youngsters to go into the US and to, maybe expand on their cricket. Because there's a lot of cricket being played in Florida, especially.
Yes, sir. So how many schools from Jamaica will be participating in this competition?
Okay, presently we have 3 schools: Mayday High School, Taki High School, and Excelsior High School. And just to note, we had invited like 30 schools to this tournament. But as you know, the Jamaican attitude is to watch and see. So we're hoping that next year we'll have, because it will be an annual tournament. So we're hoping that next year we'll have more schools who want to come along and, make the tournament into a bigger tournament.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. It sounds very promising, and I like what I'm hearing, sir. If sponsorship wants to get in touch with you, how do they go about it? There's a need for more sponsorship, or you are full up? You cannot take any more sponsors at this time?
No, we'll always need sponsors. So here's what we're doing. And we're saying to the Jamaica and to the Caribbean community in a wide scale is that Florida has 1.2 million Jamaicans. So the products, whether it's coffee, rum, whatever the Jamaican product is, we want to bring it into Florida, because we'll be setting up booths for tasting for the companies that's on board, so that not only the Jamaicans, but the Americans who live in America, who like them jerk seasoning and them Jamaican patties, all those stuff will be available at the venue. And we're still open for sponsorship. I'll leave you an email that whosoever has interest can also, email us, and jump on board to make the opportunity of this process by being a sponsor, and we carry your product into the US, because that is one of our motto, to bring the Jamaican products into the US so we can share our parties, whatever we have to share, whatever product. So we're still looking for sponsorship.
Okay. So this tournament is over the Thanksgiving weekend. Mr. Bent, we're losing a year. So there's we seem to be losing Mr. Bent at this time. So Mr. Bent, we seem to be losing Mr. Bent at this time. We don't know what happened there, but it seems that we have lost Mr. Bent at this time. So we do not know what happened at this time. So Mr. Casanova said youngsters in Jamaica need to know they can make more money in cricket than the other sports in Jamaica. That is a big point there that Mr. Casanova one is making. In Jamaica, Mr. Bent, are you back with us, sir? We lost you there just now. Are you back with us?
I'm back with you now, sir. Sorry. Could you repeat
yes,
Could you repeat the question?
No, Mr. Casanova, someone in the audience, a member of this community, was saying that youngsters in Jamaica needs to know that they can make more money in cricket than the other sports in Jamaica. And I was agreeing with him. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely, sure. Not only in terms of money. Once a youngster finish high school, he can always get into the universities in the US, who are now very, very actively involved in getting cricket teams to the university. So if you look at academics, then you can continue your education whilst playing in a different environment. Most US state plays cricket. And I'll tell you, most US state has high performance cricket center. Maybe you'll find 6, 7 per state. In the West Indies, you only probably have 2 high performance training facilities. So the opportunity is very, very deep and, you know, very welcoming for youngsters who coming out of an environment that doesn't have that kind of facilities, you know, to continue their game, their sports.
Yes, you were talking about the sponsorship and the tasting at the ground and so on. Did you finish making that point? Because we lost you somewhere.
Yeah, that's the point I make. We're welcome. We need sponsorship. We need the Jamaican product to introduce to our American friends, especially patties. Patty is a big, big seller in the US. Americans, whites, go crazy over Jamaican products. Jamaica products is a seller everywhere it goes. But a lot of these business companies, when they send their product into, say, a Publix or a Walmart, it's not going directly to the 1.2 million Jamaicans that we have in Florida. At the cricket games, that's where they come out to eat. That's where they come out to have fun. So I'm just showing them another avenue which they can bring their product to the field, tasting and buying and connecting the American, that market, to their product. But we're still looking for sponsors.
Tampa is a very big place. So where in Tampa are the games going to be playing?
Okay, so Tampa Bay is a tri-state. You have St. Petersburg, you have Tampa, and you have Orlando. So the games will be played in Tampa. Wesley Chapel, that's Pasco County, is just neighboring to Tampa itself. So it's Hillsborough and Pasco County. So there's Hamilton Cricket Ground, that's in Tampa, Florida. And you have the Wesley Chapel, because the county starts to put in cricket grounds as an additional sport into our counties right now. So they're on board for cricket, they're supporting it, right? So Tampa, Hamilton Park, and in Pasco County, it's Wesley Chapel Sports Stadium. Those are the 2 main, and so those grounds are lighted grounds. Wesley Chapel ground is a lighted ground, so there will be games played at night, which is a different experience for our boys, you know.
So any final word, sir, do you want to tell our audience, any final word?
What our final word to our audience is that we, especially your business audience, is that support us. We need the support. And if you live in the Tampa Bay area, Tampa, Wesley Chapel, come out and support the youngsters. All right?
I thank you very much, Mr. Bentham, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I've been telling them that those matches will be televised live right here on the Cricket Forum. So I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Ben. Have a wonderful evening, sir, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a nice evening.
You're welcome, sir. So there we have it. That's Mr. Delroy Bennett, is the organizer of the Tampa Cricket Premier League youth tournament that will be taking place over Thanksgiving weekend at Tampa in the United States. And there he's saying that he's looking more sponsorship. As Mr. Casanova said, the more sponsorship, the better. Because I think my understanding is that some of this money will go back to the boys. Okay. So the 3 Jamaican schools that are going to be taking part are Mayday High School, Taki High School, and Excelsior High School. So just to bring you up to date with the match, Jamaica batting first have made 123 all out, and we are now in the innings break. So Durham getting 7 for 29 from 9.5 overs. O'Shane Thomas went wicketless. There was 2 wickets for Joseph, Alzarri Joseph. Identical number of runs came off both pacers. They really ruffled the Jamaican bowlers at the start of the innings. Mr. Casanova, you certainly wish for 2 juicy patty. I can understand, Mr. Casanova. When I'm coming, I'll bring a few for you, Mr. Casanova. As I said, I should be at that tournament because that tournament will be broadcast live, or should be broadcasting live here, right on the Cricket Forum. Poor batting, no rotation of strike. Yes, I agree that rain was falling all morning. There was a late start. There was a delay of start. And Kumabana, he looked particularly well. He was driving the ball very well. But I thought Kurt McKenzie flashed at a wide one. I think the decision against Andre McCarthy, I think that was a very poor decision. I'm expected, though, to be joined by Jermaine Lindo, who is the vice president of the Dr. Bennett Masters Cricket Competition, a master cricket competition that takes place in Jamaica every year. And it includes teams from the United States. And these players are over 40 years old. At 3:55, which is in another 13 minutes, I will be joined by Shiv Cheema. Shiv Cheema, who is the owner of the Carolina Eagles, will be taking part in the US Premier League. And he'll be talking to us for 15 or so minutes about the upcoming US Premier Leagues, US Cricket Premier League that involve a number of West Indian players. And so we are at the innings break. We're at the innings break at this time. So the teams are at the innings break. So we have some time to conduct these interviews. So I'm just waiting right now. At this time, should be joining us is Jermaine Lindo, and he has a very short window of Jermaine Lindo has a short window of just about 10 minutes, because joining me at 3:55 will be Shiv Cheema, who is the owner of the Carolina Eagles, and then Shar Patisa, I hope I got that name right. He's representing the owner of the Maryland Mavericks. So I expect them to be joining me just about in the next 15 minutes or so while we are in the innings break. So Mr. Jermaine Lindo should be the person who is on right now, but Mr. Jermaine Lindo probably get cold feet because I don't know. We are not eating anyone here. We are just promoting cricket. So tell me about the batting display of Jamaica. Now, the question I want to ask, do you agree with Cricket West Indies bonus point structure? Do you agree with the bonus point structure? Please put your comments in the comment section. And remember, please smash a like on the video. Click on the subscribe button as we go through this watch along and we interview these very important persons who are making a mark in cricket outside of the organized structure that we have known. Of course, these tournaments are sanctions by USA Cricket and by extension the ICC, but it is out of the regular structure of the countries. Mr. Casanova, yes, indeed, I think it was disgraceful batting. But the decision against McCarthy, though, although that is just one of the many decisions, it does not take away from the fact that the batting was poor. And as Alain is saying that there was no bad batting period. He was saying, and Alain Payne is saying that poor batting, no rotation of strike. Indeed, it was really terrible batting. And when a Jamaica team bats like this, it hurts us as supporters of the Jamaica Scorpion, of the Jamaica Tallawahs. When they bat like this, bonus system need to be scrapped. So Alain Payne think that I agree with you. I think that there could be a bonus system. I definitely think that there could be a bonus system. I have no doubt in that. I agree that there could be a bonus system. But this bonus system is far too complicated, the one that the West Indies have here. Just look at this. Just look at this. It is far too complicated. I just don't understand it. Up to now, at this time, I cannot get the points from yesterday. I've seen no points table released from yesterday. So this is a bonus point system that the West Indies have that is in the tournament. It is so complicated. I'm asking if any of you out there understand it. I personally don't understand it because it like I said, here on the y-axis, yes. It said power play 1. And it says 6 runs per over plus less than 2 wickets. Less than 2 wickets. 7 runs per over plus, I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. 1 point. So what? Somebody need to explain it to me. Power play, wickets 3 or more. Wickets 3 or more. I don't understand. I don't understand it. So it's very complicated. I don't know. Can someone tell me? Are any of you out there understand it? I definitely don't understand. Would you like to look at it some more? And please tell me if you understand it. This is the West Indies bonus point system. I clearly don't understand it. It's not, I just don't. I wish I could explain it. I used to teach CXC maths. I teach CXC mathematics. And I'm telling you, I do not understand this Brian. Oh, Shiv Cheema welcome to the show, Shiv Cheema. I will be with you very shortly. I'm glad that you are here.
Hey, Carl, how are you?
I'm great. So just finishing up on this bonus point system. I do not understand it. So if any of you understand this point system, please tell me what Cricket West Indies should scrap this point system immediately. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. And I do not know why they need to implement such a point system. I agree that they will have to do something. They are trying something to improve the cricket and probably the attacking cricket and so on. But this bonus point system is rubbish. Shiv Cheema, he is the owner of the Carolina Eagles in the US Premier League, which will take place from November 13 to 22. Cheema, I know that this is not your thing, but have you seen Cricket West Indies bonus points table for the present ongoing Super 50 cricket tournament? Have you seen it?
Not really, because by the time I joined you, I think you were already explaining everything. So you were way past it, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. Good afternoon. It
Good
looks like the Leeward Islands will win. Yes, Donald Pop, but at this time, we welcome to the show, as I said, Shiv Cheema. Did I get your name correct, sir?
That's perfectly correct. First name is Shiv, last name is Cheema.
Thank you very much. And you are the owner of the Carolina Eagles in the USCPL.
Yes, Carlton, that's correct.
Yeah, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Tell us, sir, about your cricket story. We want to learn something about you cricket-wise, sir. Please tell us about your cricket story.
First of all, Carlton, thanks for having me on your show. That's great. Thanks for this opportunity. Again, as Carlton said about USPL, which is United States Premier League, which is a premier cricket league, which is happening in US. And I'm a part of that league as a team owner for Carolina Eagles. And as far as the cricket background history is concerned, as obvious from my name, I come from India, and if majority of the folks who come from India, cricket is a religion for them. And growing up, we all played cricket, either on a professional level or, just the local leagues and whatnot. And cricket is in our blood, if you say it that way. And
tell us something that you did in cricket that will make us laugh, or something that you always remember.
Well, you know what? I think it's not a laughing matter what I did in cricket. Growing up, we used to play a street cricket, right? Which was the kids will get together on the block and go play cricket on the street. And then what happened is, so the funny thing is, whoever brought the bat, he used to bat first. So I used to own the bat, so I always got the batting first.
I want to tell you that is not unique alone in India. It happens also in Jamaica.
Yes, I know that, and that's what it is. So that was the funny. Yes.
And sometimes you just take up your bat and go home.
Yes. If you have bat and ball, then forget it. You just own the whole field,
Yes. Okay. Tell us about the Carolina Eagles, the makeup of your squad, the composition of your squad. Where are the players from?
Yes. So Carolina Eagles squad is a very, very interesting and very unique squad in a sense, where our players come from all different backgrounds, all different cultures, very diverse group. And then the most astonishing factor about Carolina Eagles is we comprise of a very young squad. And that's my belief has always been, because to give the new, the new skills, new talent, some platform where they can showcase their talent. So that's what makes Carolina Eagle very, very, unique in a sense, where you have a mix of skill where the guys have played at very high level, and then also you have guys who are very young at the same time. So that makes it a very interesting squad, and I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully we're gonna showcase some amazing cricket with a very high level of skill set.
Okay, so did you get the players that you wanted? I know that before you're going to the tournament, you would have made your lists. Do you get those that you wanted?
Yep. During the draft, I was fortunate enough to get all my first picks. Other than couple, that's okay. In a draft, it always happens. But I got majority of my picks, and I was very happy with that.
Okay. If we are to look at your team,
yes,
what area of your team would you say is the strongest? I know you're going to tell me that all three departments are strong, but try and find the strongest department first.
I'll say most of our guys are, very, very high level of all-rounders. So I'll say our batting and bowling both at a very strong level. Most of our guys can bowl and bat, other than the top order batsmen. If you come down from, 4 down or 5 down, most of our guys can bat and bowl as well. And that's what, makes it unique as well, because we have that strength where we can keep batting till, 7, 8 down and still have, a good set of bowling as well at the same time. So that
Yeah.
makes it.
But there's also a theory that these players, who many persons refer to them as bits and pieces cricketer, don't usually do so well. These all-rounders.
Yes.
What is your pushback to that?
I wouldn't see that's the thing, because I know what you're trying to say. They usually don't do well on that. So that's why if whenever you comprise the team, right? I know you have more experience in that and all that as well. I think if as long as you have your top order set, and if they can perform, then even though the middle order and the all-rounders, they are as a backup for your team, right? Like, let's say if the top order collapses, then you still have somebody to fall back on. So I think that's how I push back on that. As long as our top order batsmen, they go in, they do what needs to be done, I think rest probably the team can take care of that.
Okay. Donald Popo is welcoming you to the show. That's a member of the audience. He's saying that welcome to you.
Thank you.
Tell us, sir, who are the key players in your team? Who are the players we should be watching out for? And this just remind me of us of the date of the tournament.
The tournament starts on November 13th till the November 21st.
Okay. Yes, sir. So who are the those key players in your team?
Yes. So Carlton, we have quite a few. I'll say each and every member of the team is a key player, but we have certain specific players, which I think if you say to keep an eye on, is probably you guys know about these players as well. First is Shiva Shankar.
No, the name doesn't ring a bell.
Yes, so Shiva Shankar is also a Caribbean player. He's an all-rounder, predominantly pace bowler, who played for Under-19 World Cup for West Indies.
Oh, and that name, anyone in the chat, can anyone of you in the chat please tell me if you know that person, because that name doesn't ring a bell for me. But continue, sir. I will listen to see. I will watch to see you in the chat. Which country is he from in the West Indies?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago. Okay. Yes, sir.
And on the same note, we have Anderson Mahays. And he's also a very upcoming young player who again played for Under-19 World Cup for West Indies in 2022.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are the two upcoming guys. Then we have Keswick Williams, which he doesn't need any introduction. A lot of folks know about him, right?
Yeah. Yes.
On that note, we have Rajdeep Darbar. He comes from India. He played a lot of national cricket in India. He played Ranji Trophy, which is like a local national cricket. And then also we have another guy who's from his background is from Guyana, but I think he's in Trinidad and Tobago right now. His name is Sachin Sishwan. And so these guys, I think they are the one to look for, because they are young, they are talented, they are, they give their 120%, and that's what we're looking for.
Okay. You saw the comment from Mr. Casanova, one of the persons in the chat. There's a comment there. If you look on the screen, are you seeing it, sir?
I think, let me see if I can visit. He speaks like, okay. I don't know about, that's a fine one. Mr. Casanova, I'm not a politician, okay? I'm a healthcare worker. I'm a public, servant. I help people out every day. But this is, I'm just speaking from my heart. This is what it is, and like I said, we are.
Okay, so you give the impression that you have a very strong team. But how many teams are in the tournament?
Sorry, Carlton, I didn't get that.
How many teams are in the tournament?
Seven altogether.
7. So which of the other 6 teams you're afraid of? Which one keep you up at night?
We are not afraid of nobody. No,
Okay.
no jokes.
No.
Jokes apart. Jokes apart, Carlton. No, that was just a just a funny thing. But yes, we take every opponent very seriously. I'm not sure whether I can pinpoint one, but as a strategy, when you have a team, whosoever you play, you have to strategize, right? You have to make sure, you have to find out their weaknesses and their strengths, and then accordingly play them. So that's our strategy. And on top of that, the best way to play cricket is go and enjoy yourself. You can't be under pressure. Once you get under pressure, then that's the end of the game. So I always tell everybody, just go play your natural game, enjoy yourself, enjoy the game, and the rest will see what happens.
Okay. I heard you list 3 Caribbean players. Are there any more Caribbean players in your team, sir?
Oh yes, I'm glad you asked, because I know we have more Caribbean crowd there. So half of my team, it's a 50-50 split. Half of
Okay.
my team is from Caribbean, and I'm very glad, and I'm very proud of that, because I personally think the skill, the level of skill with Caribbean players has, it's amazing. They're such a talented players. They're humble. They're there to very disciplined. They're there to play the cricket, and that's what I really love about that.
So, sir, could I encourage you, sir, in the future, could you pick a Caribbean schoolboy in your squad, sir, just to be around the squad? Could I encourage that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Why not? We are open to all that, because at the end of the day, Carlton, it's all about um, developing and also growing cricket in US as well, right? That's the main goal of United States Premier League, and as a team as well. So this way we can have the new generation. To bring their interest in this sport and grow this sport in US, and that helps everybody. It helps us. It helps local players. It helps Caribbean players because of the proximity to US. So that's how what our plan is, anyways, to work that way.
Okay. With the T20 World Cup coming up in the US next year, and in 2028, the Los Angeles Olympics, cricket will be there.
Yes.
How do you think these two things are going to enhance cricket in the US? Or it's going to enhance your brand, or it's going to enhance the brand of USPL?
And that's a great question, Colton, because if you look at the progression of cricket in US past 5 to 10 years, right, and it has been exponential. And if you add to this mix the coming of the World Cup to US, that actually it's like opening floodgates. And I'll tell you the reason for that. It's twofold. First reason is the awareness of cricket in this country, right? If you look at it, yes, cricket is not predominantly a known cricket in this country. So you have to go out there, explain to everybody what cricket is and all that stuff. So that's amazing. That's what makes it a big platform for the cricket awareness in US. And the second big factor which I look at is the infrastructure. Because once you have a World Cup happening, once you have Olympics happening, then what that does is that builds the infrastructure, which I mean is by stadiums, the pitches, the regular turfs, and all that. And I think that helps our agenda of growing cricket in US.
Very well said. Very well said, Mr. Cheema.
Yes.
How can we watch this tournament?
So actually, on that note, this tournament is gonna be broadcasted live. And I think, to tell you the truth, it's not off of my mind. I don't have the data in front of me. But it is at least on. I know for sure on Eurosport, on Sling, and these are the broadcasting live. Then it will definitely be on YouTube channels. That's there, but it definitely will be TV for the Caribbean. I'm not sure which channel it'll be at the moment, but
Will it be here?
Sorry, Carlton, I didn't mean.
Will it be here on the Cricket Forum? Will it be here on the Cricket Forum?
That I'm not sure. I have to check. I don't want to give you the wrong answer. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about that. I can get back to you about that.
Okay.
But I'm not sure about that at the moment.
Mr. Cheema, I'd like to ask you one final question, and this is a very easy question.
Okay.
Very, very easy.
Yes.
If I have some money, who should I bet on at the ODI Cricket World Cup?
So first of all, Carlton, I don't promote betting anyways.
Okay, sir. Who's going to win the Cricket World Cup, the ODI Cricket World Cup?
So right now, if you look at how things are progressing, I have to go with India, but you have to throw other guys in the mix as well, because how Afghanistan is doing, right? How Netherlands is playing. That's amazing too. And these are the underdogs. You never know how they're going to perform. If you look at their last games, they did amazing. So obviously, coming from India, I have to go with India, but I wouldn't, cross out these upcoming teams as well, because they have the talent, they have the passion, and as you know, Carlton, cricket is a very funny game. You never know what's going to happen in cricket. It's not done until it's done.
It's a game of glorious uncertainty.
Yeah.
I think, though, that Australia is going to win. I want to thank you very much for being here, Mr. Cheema. It was a pleasure, and I really enjoyed the conversation, and the audience do enjoy the conversation. And we're looking forward to the US Premier League 2023. This is your second season, I think, sir?
Yes, thanks, and thank you, Carlton. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed my conversation with you as well, and hopefully I answered, everybody's questions, whatever they had, and along the way we had some fun as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and definitely I encourage everybody to, wherever they can, try to watch the games, because I bet you it's going to be amazing talent, it's going to be amazing teams, and it's going to be fun.
Okay, really appreciate, sir. I will look forward to talking again. It's my pleasure. It was my pleasure.
My pleasure.
Have a great afternoon now, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good.
Bye.
So there we have it, Mr. Shiv Cheema talking about his team in the upcoming US Premier League that will be taking place at Lauderdale in Florida. So if you're nearby, you can go down and watch the matches. Have the match start back as yet? Just checking to see if the game has started as yet. There's current. Who is this? Django. Oh, they're showing a match from a previous time. They are showing a match right now from a previous time. I'm expected to be joined anytime now by Shar Patisa. He's from the Maryland Mavericks. That's another team in this year USPL season number 2. And as you hear there are a number of Jamaicans, number of Caribbean players on these two teams. There are two names that he called that played in the 22 World Cup for the West Indies. I don't know those names. I honestly don't know those names. They never ring a bell. And I do not know if it is an issue of pronunciation and not pronunciation, enunciation of what's the call the word? What's the call the word? The word is not coming to me now, but maybe it's just not pronounced the way that we know it to be pronounced. So that was Shiv from the Carolina Eagles. As we wait the start of the innings, they're just showing back actions from yesterday as we wait the start of the innings. We should be joined anytime, and I'm looking forward to be joined by our next guest, our final guest, before we can do the live watch along. I'm just that the Leewards. Okay, the Leewards have started their innings. That's Kofi James and Karen Powell opening the innings, and at this stage they are 25 without loss. So the Leewards are 25 without loss at this stage. Just Sport, how are you doing? Big up to the family. Big up to yourself. Greetings, Atina. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your contribution, Atina. And God bless you. And I really appreciate it. And thank you so much, Atina. Your contribution was definitely welcome. So the Leewards have moved on now to 29 without loss. So my screen, so James, the two openers, James and Powell. So Gordon, they're looking to try to get the breakthrough. So Gordon and the opening bowlers are Gordon and Cottrell. Were the two opening bowlers. My screen is saying 23 without loss, but I'm hearing that it is 29 without loss. The scoreboard is saying 29 without loss. So I'm seeing Gordon's screen, and that one hit high in the air. Let's see where it's going. It's dropped and plugged. And so they go through for one. So it's still, I'm seeing 25 without loss. Let's see if this is the ball that the 4 was hit off. So it's James facing. So James is, and he cuts that away. Yes, that was the 4. So that put the total now up to 29 without loss. So I'm up to date with what my screen is showing and with the total. I expected to be joined by Shar Patisa. I'm not seeing him here as yet. Frank, greetings. We're ESPN. Watch it on ESPN Caribbean. It is on ESPN Caribbean. So Kofi James goes. Odin Simit took the catch. So Kofi James is out for 12. So Gordon got the wicket. Catch taken by Odin Simit. So Kofi James, after hitting that 4, got out the very next ball. I'm just waiting to see how he was dismissed. So it's now 29 for 1. So this is a delivery that Gordon got the wicket on. He comes in now, ball to James, and James strokes that down to long on, to mid on. There's no run. So he's on 14 deliveries has faced so far. So he faced 15 deliveries. So he was out caught by Odin Simit. So let's watch it. I'm just watching it here. We should be joined shortly by Shar Patisa. I'm not seeing him yet. I expect him to have joined from 4:05. So this was Gordon over the wicket, and he drives it in the air, and it just peeled off to Simit in the covers, and he was out caught in the covers. So Kofi James goes for 15 from 12 deliveries. Kieran Powell is still not out on 11. 29 for 1 at the end of over number 4. So there's no way Jamaica is going to win this match unless they bowled out the Leeward Islands Hurricane. Poor batting performance from Jamaica. So at this time, I'm not seeing my second guess. Let me find out. Let me find out what is happening here. I've not seen the second guess. I expect to see him very soon. I'm just checking. So 29 for 1. 29 for 1. Can Jamaica get 20 wickets? Can Jamaica get 10 wickets? 10 wickets to restrict the Leewards for less than 123. It's very unlikely at this stage, and this definitely it should be a win for. So it was really a loose shot by Kofi James, and Kofi James is someone that I'm expecting to do well. Oh, true. That's really refreshing. It's a very refreshing drink. Christopher Bristol, I'm not going to tell you. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I am great. I'm struggling to pronounce your name, so I hope I get it right. Forgive me if I do not pronounce it right. It's 29 for 1. 29 for 1. Kofi James just went caught by Odin Simmet after bowling of Nicholas Gordon. So Leeward Islands Hurricane replying to 123 made by Jamaica are 29 for 1. So Mr. Shar Patisa.
There you go. That's good. And you know, I have been in the US for 20 plus years, and I say this to everybody who asks this question. As long as no one else is responding, you're good.
Okay. Mr. Casanova, I'm not going to tell you what I'm drinking. You know, you'll have to pay to know what I'm drinking, Mr. Casanova. I'm not going to tell you. Yeah.
All right. All right.
No,
all right.
that's someone in the audience want to know what I'm drinking, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So welcome to the show, and I really thank you for being here, Mr. Let's say Pat. Mr.
Yeah.
Pat, welcome, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You are the owner of the Maryland Mavericks?
Yes, I am.
Okay. It's our pleasure to be here. Sir, could you tell us about your background in cricket?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I was born and brought up in India, and I played the sport for, you know, since my childhood, from school days. And I played for my college. I'm a left-hand top order batsman and a left-arm spinner, a spin bowler. And I also played for my corporate team when I was playing in India. And I came to the US for employment in 1999. And then, you know, to be honest, for the first 18 months, I did not even know that there was cricket played in the US. And finally, I stumbled upon Cricket League of New Jersey website, where I was able to find, um, a team that I liked, New Jersey Titans, not to be confused with the USPL NJ Titans. That's a different team. I've been playing in this New Jersey Titans cricket club in CLNJ for the past 22 years. I'm still playing.
You're still playing cricket, sir?
I am. Yeah, I am.
Oh, that's very good. I play on a weekend. I play what you call in Jamaica corrigoed cricket.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we just go around. You kill a goat, you curry it, you play some cricket, you drink some rum, have fun, and eat some goat.
There you go. There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we play that. Tell us about your team, sir, the Mavericks. Is this the strongest team in the tournament? Who are the players on this team?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it is the strongest team in the team. We put a lot of thought to it, and we have had a few good players from last year also. Like some of the folks we retained are Jesse Singh, Dwayne Smith, Kapil Khanna, Raymond Ramaratan, and Supreet Madan, and Vinit Sinha. We retained all the 6 players from last year. They formed our core, and we went through the draft and gotten quite a few good players in batting, like Bravesh Shetty, Shubham Ranjane, Neil Broom, Sai Teja Mukamala, who is pretty prominent in the US scene, Pranav Chettipalayam, a youngster as well, and we also got Ahad Malik and Kumar Torrington in the batting department, and then bowling, we have, outside of the retained players, we have Nashtus Kanjige, who's done pretty well in the MCL. And we have Ronaldo, Ali Mohammed, and Fani Simhadri, and of course, Kevin Stout, who's been doing phenomenally well in the minor league.
So is Dwayne Simmet is the Barbadian former West Indies player?
Yes, sir.
He's the vice captain of your team?
He is the vice captain of our team, yeah. Jesse Singh will lead the team. And Dwayne actually played for Maryland Mavericks last year as well. And I asked him if he could guide the young Jesse in leading the team and also be the vice captain, and he was kind enough to agree.
Sir, who do you think are the 3 best players in your team?
Wow, 3 best players, huh? I would say
you.
Yeah, I am the best, of course, but I'm not in the playing 11 or playing 15 or playing 20. So I would say the captain and vice captain are the best players, Jesse and Dwayne. And if I were to pick one more, I mean, I would pick Noshtus Kanjige because I think spin is going to play a key role in that. And I am biased as well, right? I'm a spinner. So I got to, yeah.
Where these matches will be played, sir? Fort Lauderdale?
Last year was in New York. It's in SUNY New York Cricket Ground in upstate New York.
Also, these matches will be playing in New York.
Last year it was in New York. This year it will be in Fort Lauderdale.
As Lauderdale?
It's in Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, the International Cricket Stadium. Yeah,
yes,
that's that.
So, how many Caribbean, apart from Dwayne Smith, how many other Caribbean players are in your team?
We do have 4 others. We have Ronaldo Ali Muhammad from Guyana. We have Darius Gopal from Trinidad, Kevin Stout also from Barbados, and Comar Torrington from Guyana.
Okay, so you have a fairly good Caribbean contingent there in your team.
Absolutely, yeah, we do.
Yes, sir. So when you look at the other 6 teams in the competition, who is it that you're fear of most? Who is it that you have sleepless night planning for?
To be honest with you, I'm actually pretty confident. I don't lose sleep over this because I think we have a very good chance. But if I have to pick who are the strong teams, I would say Carolina Eagles has a pretty good balance. And also the New Jersey Titans has a good balance as well. And I mean, to be honest with you, all the teams are very well composed. They have, 19 good players, right? So 19, 20 good players to choose from on any given day. Any team can be quite threatening. I don't think we can plan that ahead of time without understanding what the conditions are like. But I think it doesn't matter what the conditions are, what the team we are playing. I think we are up for it.
Okay. I was speaking to Shiv earlier, and Shiv believed also that his team is the strongest in the competition.
Yeah, I mean that's what brings the best, right? I think we have 7 really good teams that are coming to compete.
What is it? What would you say is the strongest area of your team? That I know you are going to say batting and fielding and all department of your team is strong. But if you are to single out one department, which department would you say is the strongest department?
I think our bowling is going to win the matches for us.
Okay, they usually say batsmen win matches, but bowlers win tournaments. So that's
Correct.
you.
Yeah, I am. It is not just coming from taking a look at the team. It is also from my experience, right? I have been playing cricket for as long as I know, right? So it's more than often it is the bowlers who win the tournaments for you. On a good day, batsmen will score runs, and I mean obviously batsmen need to put runs on the board for the bowlers to defend, or bowlers should contain the opposite team before the batsmen go and win. It's a team effort. We need to be good in all 3 departments, but I strongly believe bowling is going to make a difference here. And there are a couple of reasons, right? It's a pretty short tournament, and a lot of games will be played. In the pitches that are available there. So we expect the bowling to make a huge difference.
So who are these bowlers? Give us some name as the audience try to attach themselves to a name, because you know that we have a wide audience in Florida.
Yeah, starting with our captain, right? Jesse Singh, who represented the U.S. national team and did really well. He has been a pretty common face there to see on the U.S. scene. We have Vineet Sinha, who comes from India, who played for Mumbai Premier League. We have Fani Simhadri and Kevin Stout, who did phenomenally well in the minor league cricket here. And for our spin department, we have Noshtos Kanjige, who did very well in MLC. And Kapil Khanna and Supreet Madan are also pretty good spinners. And our young leg spinner, Raymond Ramratan.
Okay. I guess the audience starting to familiarize themselves with some name. So, sir, let us look at cricket in the wider sense. I have been often criticized on this program because one of the things that I've been saying for more than a year now is that in the next 10 years, cricket in the United States will surpass cricket in the West Indies. With the T20 World Cup coming to the USA next year, followed by the Olympics in 2028, how do you see these events influencing cricket in the United States of America?
Hugely. I mean, maybe let me take a step back and say what happened last year, right? Last year we started USPL and we started streaming that on various social media platforms. We started, and obviously it goes with promotion, right? We promote the sport we love, and we started getting some viewership over there, and enthusiasm, asking questions. That's the beginning of everything, right? When somebody is enthusiastic about things, they're going to learn, they're going to show interest, they're going to participate. And MLC in US this year that happened, which gave a huge boost to the interest in the United States, and some of the plays featured in ESPN Sports Center top 10 plays and all, right? Then it generated a lot of interest. And every conversation I had with folks around me here who are not familiar with cricket are asking questions about the World Cup. And I can clearly see folks going and watching Cricket World Cup games. And one match is going to be played in Long Island in New York. And a lot of folks that I work with and I socialize with are all asking, okay, how do we get to that game? So that level of interest is already there. And naturally, it is going to propagate to every other tournament that is being played here and broadcast here, including USPL. And we expect really good things for United States cricket because of all these tournaments coming in, like the LA Olympics, the T20 World Cup that's being played here. It's only a beginning.
Okay, so very interesting. I have a question for you, and I think this is probably the easiest question I'm going to ask you for the evening.
Sure.
Who's going to come second in the World Cup?
Come second in the World Cup?
Yes. India's going to win, right? India's going to win, right?
India's going to win. I think it's New Zealand.
You think it's New Zealand? Thank you very much for being here. I know that you're a very busy man and you have a very busy schedule. And I thought earlier it was 5:05, but when you sent the message, I realized that it was 5:15.
That's
I apologize for that.
No. That's fine. My work call ended at 5:00, and I was just debating whether I should do something else. So
yes, so it was a pleasure having you. Do you have any final words to say to the Caribbean people, the diaspora in Florida, or even our audience in India? Because 6% of our audience is from India. So do you have any final words to say to them? Read the matches.
Oh, absolutely. So please watch the games, support our teams. I know Maryland Mavericks is going to win. I just want to make sure that every other team is also encouraged. So please watch the games, okay? And so, I mean, all kidding aside, great things have happened to cricket in the United States. I hope you enjoy this tournament. I hope you encourage us to take it to greater heights. And as I said, it's only one way. It's up, right? We're going to go up.
Very good, sir. I know that it is going up, and I really want to thank you for being here this afternoon. I really appreciate it. You just finished work, and you came right to us at the Cricket Forum immediately. And I look forward to the tournament, and I will do my best to promote this tournament, and if possible, even carry it here. Thank you very much, and have a great evening, sir. And I wish you all the best for the tournament.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Good. So there we have it, Mr. I need to get his name right, Mr. Shar Patisa. So we have Mr. Shar Patisa. He is the owner of the Maryland Mavericks, and we thank him very much for being in our midst this afternoon. And what a wonderful guest he was. Both these gentlemen were two fine guests, and we look forward to the cricket competition That's the US Premier League. And we saw Keswick Williams commentating on this tournament. So Keswick Williams is commentating and he will be going off to the US Premier League. So just tune in now, going back to the match between, I'm just trying to link back to that match to see what's going on in that match there. So that's the match between, well, let's check up on the score here. Just trying to check up on the score. I'm seeing here 41 for 1. So 41 for 1. Casey Carty is batting, but the screen is saying 65 for 2. So why is the score showing me? So the screen is saying 65 for 2. So that's what Simit bowling there. Simit bowling 66 now for 2. So Powell just riding that one and guiding it down. So Casey Carty, who came there at number 3, he was out cheaply. So 10 runs off that over from Simit. So Allen and Gordon getting the wicket. Allen bowled 1 over, 8 overs gone. That's how short the interview was. Somehow I think that the interview was longer than that. So 66 for 2 after 8 overs. So Simit over going for 10. Allen over going for 2. Gordon 3 overs going for 28. Cottrell 1 over going for 8. So maybe Powell should go to spin because it looked like this wicket is taking spin more than seam. So the Leewards are truly on track. They need to get 124 to win. So 58 needed. So Allen comes in, bowls to Powell, and Powell reverse sweep and beat straight to the fielder at backward point, and there is no run. So this is a CG United Super 50 cricket tournament going on here. So let's watch as Allen comes in over the wicket, bowl to Powell, and that one turns. And this pitch is turning here. That one turns a long way. Or 78 for 2. So it's now 78 for 2. 78 for 2. So I'm way behind. I'm behind by a day. I want to thank you all for being here. I really hope that you enjoy those 2 interviews, and I really hope that you will go and watch these matches in the US Premier League. Hopefully, the Cricket Forum will bring them, and we'll have some watch-alongs of those matches, and we can discuss those matches. So it's really good cricket tournament. The score now move up to 79 for 2. Powell is on 49. Kareem Gore is on 7. So Powell on 49. Gore is on 7. And the score is 79 for 2. 79 for 2. So the Leeward are cruising to victory area just at the end of over number 9. So over number 10 coming up. So they are not only going to win this match, they are going to pick up a number of bonus points. So they may well get 8 points for this match. It is going to be very interesting. And that will definitely put them in a very, very strong position for this tournament. So I want to thank you all for tuning. It's clear that the Leeward Islands are going to win this match, and I hope that you would have learned something from those interviews. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button, and have a great afternoon, everyone.